Here's probably the most outrageous one to start with, Mr. Jim Crow.
It's a gross overreach, and I think the comparison to Jim Crow is exact, and it's a good analogy. You're overreaching. Jim Crow laws, I mean, you couldn't eat at a restaurant because you were black, okay? You're taking somebody's individual.
So, I mean, you know, like, this shouldn't be that hard to grasp, but, like, you can put on a mask, you can take off a mask, you can sit outside and not wear a mask. In fact, obviously, when you're fucking eating, you don't wear a mask because you can't eat with a mask on. But you can't take off black skin. And, like, to compare it to that just shows, like, a fundamental misunderstanding. But really, to me, what it shows is these guys want to be victims of oppression, like, so bad they're just willing to completely make it up. Like, they have no reason. You know, these guys have no, like, they have no basis for their arguments, so they just want to make up the oppression they so desperately want to justify their really unhinged beliefs, as you will see further down. But first, let me play Councilwoman Nice's response.
Someone wants to talk about Jim Crow laws? Really? In comparison to a vaccine and a mask mandate? Or just the suggestion of a face covering in your community? Get real. Get real. Jim Crow laws had nothing to do with the vaccination. It had nothing to do with the face covering. Jim Crow laws were because of the color of someone's skin, and they are in no comparison to what we are talking about today. And I refuse to accept that conversation in anything we're talking about, because me, personally, when I walk outside of this door, you don't give a damn if I have a face covering. It's the color of my skin that you're looking at before you look at that. These are my truths. You've spoken yours. These are my truths. You have spoken your truths, so these are my truths. Again, you don't live in my skin, so I say to you, this is not something that I would wish upon anyone to have. We heard what Mr. Vaytabi said today about.
So, obviously, deeply racist comments from the crowd. And of course, they don't get that. They just think you're calling them a racist. And of course, again, they're the victim of it because, you know, they're not actually racist. They just make really racist comments.